But I forget, what were we talking about? Was it the just the state of the project as far as, they misled us, the real estate agents, everybody misled us about the state of the project. It was not presented to us like, oh, okay, well, this is like a Hail Mary pass. No, it was, oh no, it's going up. It's going up right now, it's going up. It's like they
even when Elias did his one little piece on that, where Bob said he was showing him the documents of the land. He wouldn't show Elias the actual documents.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? If you have a lender, show us. If it's above board, show us. Great. He didn't show him it. It was like, don't look. Don't come any closer.
Pay no attention to the man behind the curtain, right?
Yeah, it's like a crayon written. You know what I mean? Like what? It's just the whole thing. It's insane. It's just unbelievable. And the shame of it is, I just had a baby not too long ago, and I feel like $49,000 was ripped away from her childhood.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something doesn't have for a college fund, whatever. It's like, and this guy went to, God knows, did what he was doing with it. And my daughter is now in lieu of $49,000. You know what I mean? Like, that's a fuck ton of money. And I'm not the only one, and plenty of other people that are got, a significant amount of money gone, and nothing seems to be really getting done about it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. It's like, we didn't hand them that money for them to go, it's like going to the gambling casino. It's almost like, it's like they took the money, went to the gambling casino. It's like, yeah, sorry, I bet on Reddit and hit black. So, hey, that's how she goes. It's like, what I mean? Like,
what's even crazier too? I was even thinking about this in the car yesterday. Like, you hear about Ponzi schemes and, the Madoff shit where, like, people gave money for a stock and whatever, you know what I mean? But, like, because it's almost like a separate vibe in this scenario, because when you buy real estate, it's materialistic. Like, you could see it, you could touch it. Like, how often does this really happen with condominium? I've never seen it. I've never heard of it. Like, when you buy a house, it gets fucking built. When you buy a condo, it's built. It's there. Like, how often does it never even get built? Like, it's not even fucking framed. That's so much millions of dollars went to this guy, and we don't have a piece of fucking 2x4 on the property. Somebody explain that to me. Not a piece of wood.
I'm looking. I know. I know. I'm looking at this guy's past. I've been digging, spending, and this is my life's mission now. I mean, I pretty much committed. Yeah. And I'm having a blast doing it. I found that this guy's got a track record for this shit. And it's like, he makes these claims that I'm going to do this. And I think that's how he gets his foot in the door and is able to, I'm going to do this. And I'm going to be able to sell it for next to nothing. There's going to be all this profit. Like, he just comes in, and then everybody's like, okay, they trust him because I think it's because what he says sounds good. They kind of want to believe it. It's like, yeah. But then it's like, when it comes time to do it, it's like, it didn't work out. These things take time. It's like, you were making all these claims of how, you could do, I got all this money. I remember on the phone, were you ever part of the group phone calls that we had?
No, I heard about him.
Oh my God. Oh, he's got $11 million in an account, and he's got this, and that's chump change. It's like, well, if it's fucking chump change, why don't you hand it over, right? You're a big man, right? They're all big, but then when it's time to actually produce, it's, you see, once we get funding, it's like, no, dude. Once we get funding,
it's crazy. It's insane. I know there's some ongoing litigation stuff. Who knows where that stuff will end up. But if I could be a fly in that computer system, in that email server that they have at Prima Luce, that's probably wiped,
burned. I know, yeah,
out.
Yeah. They probably called Hillary Clinton.
I could imagine what that type of stuff was going on behind the scenes between them and Fuse and Ayala Group, who you can't get a hold of either. Ayala doesn't ever answer their escrow agent now, which they've, moved. I don't know how many escrow agents in my time, probably 4.
Yeah, and they keep moving it around.
They move it around.
Yeah,
they move it around.
Why do you got to keep moving it around? I mean, I don't know if you're aware of this, but there was another condo project. It was called The Allure. I don't know if you. Okay, that was on the lot that was in between the one and where Prima Luce
Okay, I know what lot you're talking about. Yeah.
That actually, the same thing happened. They started promoting it. They took deposits. They started building it, and then it went under. Only difference is the people who bought got their money back. It's like if we would have just if they're like, all right, you know what? We tried, can't do it. Here's your money back. Sorry. There'd be no harm, no foul. I understand that,
Right.
Yeah. It's like, but for them to risk our money, this is the biggest thing. They risked our money knowing that it was a Hail Mary pass. That is what they are guilty of. I'm sure they tried to build the condo, but it's like, you don't risk people's money like that on something that's not, that's more of a long shot than a real, it's like, okay, was it possible? Yeah, it's possible, but it's highly unlikely,
Well, here's the other thing that's confusing to me, even with the 50% to be used on construction, right? Even if you, what would have been the cost for that? This loan had to be $100 million, right? Something in that nature, right? To actually go vertical and build on it, right? Mm-hmm. Something of that nature, right? 100 million, 75 million. I don't know what the number is, but close to 100 million, right? Mm-hmm. So what was the $5 million, whatever? I don't know the number, but what was all of our down payments? What was that going to do? If you were going to get lending anyways, right? If that was the overall goal, basically that was to fund your experience, your building, your suite, your commissions, right? He basically used that and was going to get the lending to go vertical. He had no intention, in my opinion, to use. Because if you had intention to use our down payments to build, you would have built something. You would have said, listen, your $5 million or all your escrow money, the 50% went to this foundation, which cost X. Now we're going to get lending to go. There was none of that. I personally think he used the down payments that we gave him, at least the 50%, on funding his commissions to realtors, his suite downtown, his payment to accountants or Villalobos or however the hell
because he was taking his personal salary.
You wouldn't have gone vertical with our down. There's no way this our $5-6 million. Not that it's a ton of money, but that wouldn't have got the places up. You weren't using that to really fund your shit anyways. It was to fund your games, and then hopefully that extra amount that you got from this lender probably would cover some of that shit that you already spent, because it doesn't make sense. You weren't going vertical with $6 million or $5 million.
Right.
So what was it going to be used for?
And not only that, now that it's quote unquote gone, it's not there to actually do the building, right? You can't say it because it's not there. So you can't use that. You can't use money that's not there. You say it's not there. So it's like the money that we gave, that he said he used for construction, is not there now for the construction if it ever happened.
The pilings were already fucking done when I gave my money, apparently.
They stopped. They said they were done. They weren't done. They stopped. Jackson Builders stopped because they stopped paying them. So,
I have beyond that. That's funny you should say it. Just piqued something in my brain. But in one of the email threads I have with Bob, he goes, we just put in the pilings. That was a year after we got a Prima Luce newsletter that says the pilings and seawall were done. This was a year after that. Oh, we just finished this. The seawall and pilings are just finished. Now we're going vertical. His timelines and the way he communicated with every one of us was so ridiculous. It was insane. It was lies. It was pure lies and fraud.
Mm-hmm. And it's I think, and he's the old man. So then it's you want to believe him. Then you start, it's he'll try to get you to feel sorry for him. Now, I mean, it's you're 81 years old and you haven't figured out what consequences are. You know what I mean? You should have known. You should have known better. The whole lot of them. They should have known better. They should have seen this coming, and they should be expecting this. It's there shouldn't be some surprise that that people want justice. That people are going to be like, "Where's my money?" And then here's another thing. All the judgments, those are accruing interest, all this stuff. So if he ever were to build it, you're telling me this lender's going to come in and just pay off all these fucking people, right? I was no way.
No, that's what I said. When he made that a month ago when I was on the phone with him. And
a month ago? Oh, that was a month ago?
What?
That was a month ago? That was recent?
When he told me on the phone, I was at my barber. I saw a call from Bob. I was like, I got to take this.
Oh, wow. He called you. All right.
Yeah, he called me, and because he was getting nervous. That's when the final judgment was issued, and I said, I want to talk to Jessica. I don't want to talk to you anymore. I'm done with you. I don't want anything to do with you. He called me. I answered, And he was like, I'm close to lending with this new guy. He's legit. We're going to get it. I'm putting you in for $100,000. This is funny, which I knew was bullshit. Everything he says is bullshit. Certainly now it is. When he's like, I'm going to put you in for $100,000. The loan can't close without the lender satisfying $100,000 to you. And I said, great, Bob. This is what I said to him word for word. I said, you're full of shit. But I said, let's say on the miracle chance you're not. I said, send it in writing to me and my lawyer will sign it. But I said, I'm not going to stop with garnishment and discovery to go after you. I said, whichever one comes first, that's when I'm going to go. But if you have this loan, fine, I'll drop it if I get my money.
Right.
I said, send the paperwork, right? Send this in writing that you have me in for $100,000 and I'll sign it with my lawyer. Do you think he ever sent any doc? No, I'm good for it. I'm not some schnook. That was his email. I'm not some schnook. I would never do that. If my word is my bond, and if I say that, it's going to happen. No documentation, no nothing, nothing from Villalobos, nothing. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was like, yeah, I'll put you in. If this satisfies you for 2 weeks, I'll
right. Yeah, just to get just to buy more time. And it's like, okay, so he's saying that your judgment is going to kill the whole deal, right? Well, what about all the other ones? What about all the other ones?
What he said.
Yeah, so are all the other people? Are they getting the same? It's like, dude, it's like an insult to our intelligence. It's like, do you think we're stupid? Like, like you must think we're stupid. It's like you think we're talking to some fucking kid. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna believe this.
How many times did he do this with you? Because it happened to me. I don't know, 10 times where you'd have an email thread with him or talk to him on the phone about your situation, and you talk to him 2 days later, he wouldn't even fucking remember.
Right.
No clue.
Who are you again, sir?
Are you a contractor I owe money to? We're going to send me an invoice. Like, Bob, I'm not a fucking contractor. This is the 8th. You know how many times I had to send him the amended contract that we signed, he signed?
Oh, I'll bet.
I don't know, 20 times? I would attach it every email thread. For 2 years now. We're going on 2+ years. Every email thread with him and Villalobos and Karen and Linda and whatever, I always reattach it. And you know what the funniest thing is? Karen Disselrath, I don't know, she's like some type of accountant, or I don't know what her role is. But occasionally she would answer, like, in the email thread to me, like, Bob definitely wants this. Can you send me a PDF version so I can print it out for Bob to look at? Like, Bob doesn't even know how to open up a digital PDF. Like, shut the fuck up. And then I would send it. I said, listen, Karen, this is the way emails work. You just go through the chain and you see an attachment. Like, I've attached this document that you're asking for 30 times. You could have printed it out 2 years ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, 4 months, 3. Like, they always need copies. I mean, like, you delete them, right? You whitewash them.
Yeah, they're unorganized. Yeah, they're unorganized. They don't know what the hell they're doing. I'll never forget when I walked in that office. Everybody got they looked as if a ghost just walked in the door.
Yeah, I'm sure.
They were all like putting their heads down. None of them would make eye contact with me.
No.
I sat down in front of Bob. Like, now I'm meeting him face to face, and I mean, I just I looked him right in the fucking eyes, and I'm like, all right, where's my money? Oh, well, and then guess what he tried? I swear to God, he's like, okay, well, this is what's going to happen. And by the way, it took a month to get to this point because it was always, next week we'll do it next week. It's like, so he's like, this is what we're going to do. I'm going to release the escrow. We're going to put your contract in escrow. And then you're going to give me half of the money that was in escrow for operating costs. And then once your condo sells, then you get all your money back. I'm like, so it's like, you're telling me you want more of my money. You know what I mean? I'm just like, all right. It's like, well, how about I go to the news and tell them about the auction? And then he's, you know what I mean? It's like, dude, I was like, I know all about your fucking geriatric ass. You know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%. He's got an excuse for everything. Like, you bring up Jaxie with him, the Lua foreclosure. Fuse did this, and that's what he has that. It's always the COVID. That's what he said. The COVID, and the hurricane. It's, I'm not saying that I'm making excuses, but it's hard to build out here. No, for you.
Yeah, for you it is. Yeah, shit's going up. Babcock Ranch. I mean, there's nonstop construction. Things are going up. There's stuff going up at Fort Myers Beach. I mean, are you kidding me?
Yeah,
there's all sorts of shit going up.
That's why I'm saying this was. And I don't fucking totally know, because you can't get in the heads of these people, and even if you could, they're not fucking normal. But I think that it has to be that they knew something. This was never going to go up in like 2018, 2019, and they prayed for a miracle. They took the money and they said, let's, we'll get backed up by this lender. It'll be worth it. We can spend now and make it look like the more people we get, the better it's going to look for the lender. So let's market and pay commissions and get as many units done, and this lender will save us. That's what I think they were. And then, he's got the lien already from Holloway, and then I think Arter's got a lien, and I got a lien, and there's probably other contractors got liens, and all of a sudden, like when any lender, maybe if Bob presented it, I don't know how you get fleeced by him, but let's say he could present himself well, and I've done this unit and this condo in Fort Myers and this place in Texas. Maybe somebody could be gullible enough to buy into that. Once you do due diligence and look into the books and realize there's nothing going on there, like and you have liens, nobody's going to give you any money. He had even I would say even 2 years ago into 2023, when it was like when we were going back and forth with the group of, well, Bob's close and he promised, and I saw a document, and Jeff Sachs this and this person that, they saw something, right? And Sebastian, I saw something. You know what I mean? Like I don't think for a second there was anything ever there, because who the hell with liens, do you think a lender that's already going to be paying buco bucks to give you money to lend you is then going to cover all your liens on top of it, like millions of dollars of liens? I don't buy it. I would be like, what? You have liens. I'm not giving you shit.
I think what's really going down is he's hoping some other builder comes in, takes the project, makes him whole, and then takes over the project. That is what, like, he has no intention of building, that building. He's probably trying to get somebody just to buy the project. And the thing you brought up, a very good point. If you went bankrupt and there was a public bankruptcy, then there would be, people could step in and come in and take it over. But I think that maybe it could be that he did illegal shit. I think that's highly likely. Or it could also be, if he does that, then he loses personally. So, but it'll protect, so in order to protect his own ass, it's like, I am almost positive that he is not acting in our best interest. He is acting in his best interest and his family's best interest. His daughter. Yeah, he's not acting in our best interest. No. He doesn't, like, we're like, he would leave us to,
Yeah, 150%. You're spot on. Everything he's doing, I think, is, to your point, it's family related, his own personal well-being, him not going to jail. I don't know, you know what I mean? There's a lot of reasons, right? But certainly not. We're not at the top of the list. He always says, I'm doing this for you guys. I'm going to save this deal. Save your own deal. You fucked up.
Yeah, I know. Save the deal. It's like, this is his thing. It's not like he came in. It's not like the project failed and then he came in to save it and now he's got problems. That's deep. That would be different. Yeah. This is his baby. This is his, and then you got the pictures of him in the paper, do you see the picture of them with the hard hats on and everything with the trucks? Yeah. That was
ridiculous. I remember. Yeah. Him and Rebecca around.
Yeah. They're there. They take a pic
it's the tape of nothing.
Right. They got, and then this is what I heard. I heard from Ashley that he tried to put a bulldozer on the Taos Garden lot to try to, like, pretend like something was going down. Like, what? Just give him a couple more weeks. It's like, what are you gonna, like? What good is that? Like what's with the charade? You know what I mean? Like, it's like it's not going anywhere.
And you know what? We talked about it. He got a lot of people to keep pushing it down the line by doing his charade. That's what he wanted, and he got it. He got people, unit owners, that somehow even 7 years down the line are still, like, there's a shot. Bob is, I trust him, and I think he'll, like, you know what I mean? At this point, like, after how many lies, how much deceit, how much fraud, how much, below board stuff, where people are still, kind of backing him, which is unbelievable to me, right? At this point, you still have people. So his charade of pushing this down the line, the older I get, maybe I croak, and,
and then what happens then? What happens then? Well, that's a very good point. You brought up a very good point. The man's 81 years old. So, I mean, like, what's it going to go on for? I mean, he's already past the average American life expectancy. So is it going to be like 2 more years, 3, 4? Like, I mean, this guy's going to be, in his 90s when this thing's done. Like, there's no way. That's not happening.
No.
Yeah,
No.
yeah, yeah. If he croaks, I mean, then I mean, imagine what that what that was that going to entail. You know what I mean?
I would love to know. I don't know. I don't know. They probably. I mean, that's. I think that if I was sitting in his shoes and playing this deceitful fraud game, and I want to protect my two daughters or whatever, our net worth, which I'm sure they have net worth.
Yeah, and those grandkids got trust funds. You can't tell me that there's not accounts.
Yeah,
You can't tell me.
Like, no, I guarantee it. I guarantee they do. He wasn't using his own fucking money. That's total bullshit. When you're a bigwig like he represented himself and you did all these other units and condos across the U.S., you're using the bank's money. That's how people do it. He's not fronting $15 million of his own bread. Why would he do that? You can get lending. You're not using it's like how we would. If I could pay for a house cash, maybe I could do it, but I'd rather keep some of it in my pocket and use the banks, right?
Mm-hmm. Like yeah, definitely. Yeah,
he's not fun. You don't think he's worth $100 million and would front it his self. I mean, that's idiotic. He certainly didn't use whatever net worth that he has, and I'm sure Rebecca and Jessica live a pretty good life and have good lives.
Well, Rebecca's now currently her house is for sale, and she's trying to sell it for like a little over $2 million, which I find that, and they moved into it in 2020. Just I find that it's like, all right, 2020, huh? Where'd they get the money for that? But then they also had other projects in Connecticut. It's like what blew me away is the fact that she and her husband, they went to India and they made a resume, and Prima Luce was on the resume that they developed that building. Like I was like, and this was
AI generated.
I know they put on the resume, but they didn't. Here's the thing: they didn't mention it by name. It's
just a picture.
It wasn't a picture. Actually, they went to India for funding for Prima Luce. They did the same thing, but with the Irving, they're like, it's got a picture of her, and it's got the $140 million project, and the same amount of units as Prima Luce on the Caloosahatchee River. It's like, I wonder what project was that? It's like, so you're taking credit, and she was the president, and he was the vice president. So you're taking credit for a project that they knew was freaking, it was dead.
I emailed Rebecca Barney at her new company.
At the Irving?
Yeah, no, I don't know.
Azelda or something?
That's it, yeah. Yeah, her and her husband saying that, like, I know you were attached. I'm doing litigation. I know you were attached to this. Care to comment on my situation, my amended contract? Obviously nothing, but
right.
I want to include it. Like you're not absolved of this.
No.
Just because you went to another company.
Right, because at the time she was acting president, right? Oh, it's like
how many news articles where they show her smiling?
Yeah. In the magazines and all this crap. It's like one of those magazines. It's like what did she pay to get in those magazines and all like these events that she went to like make sure her face was front and center? Oh, look at me! I'm helping we're helping the children and we're helping the barn owls. Yeah, it's like. Are you kidding me? Like this city seems like they're backing them up like crazy, and all that kind of stuff that lends, they're trying to build credibility through all that crap. But it's like, it's clearly false,
Yeah, it's a charade, mirage. It's literally no different than I feel like obviously not at that level of the Madoff shit, but Madoff had that beautiful suite in the city that was furnished to the max and you know what I mean? No, but if you look in there, like I was waxed when I went down there in whatever, the beginning of 23 or 20 or the end of 22, where you had workers in there and the suite was big and they had these renderings and models and Bob's back there, feel free. And Bob's the man. And there was nothing going on then. You know what I mean? It was a charade. It was a charade to fool people.
Right. It seems. And did you know that they had, if you look at Google Maps or Google Earth, you can go back in time and you can see they had a pavered, the lot that Prima Luce is on, they had it pavered with landscaping and a trailer there. That used to be the sales office. So it was like, what'd that cost? You know what I mean? You got a paver, a trailer area on there to make it look it's like it's all show. This is all show, all preparation and no fucking H. You know what I mean? Yeah.
It's really unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's like and the amount of money that was spent. I remember they were spending all this shit on Christmas. I'm like, it's like, wait a minute, why are you spending all this money on this Christmas trees and all this fucking hot cocoa? And I was like, well, who's paying for all this crap? It better not be fucking us, you know?
Yeah.
No accounting, no accounting of where the money went. No, and then it's just like, and then when you call them, hey, we should call his ass right now. Be like, hey, Bob, how's it going?
I'd love it. Or for the next episode, I'd love to. I'd like to call him, Rebecca Villalobos, Jessica MacFarlane, Karen, Linda Einiger, which would be hysterical. Because I don't know if you ever spoke with Linda, but Linda used to give me the runaround. I have grandchildren, and I would never, want this to happen. And I totally hear where you're coming from, and we're going to give you your money back. 2 weeks later, Linda's no longer attached to Prima Luce.
Yeah. Oh, Michael Montez was the same goddamn thing. We go in there. Oh, we'll give you money back right now. But the lender just walked in the door. He just walked. It's like, it was always some shit like that. Well, they just walked. You see that guy? Lender right there. And it was like, and then he kept saying, if this project wasn't on the up and up, I wouldn't be here. And then it's like a week later.
How do we get Montez on here?
Yeah, good question. He got that.
If he has nothing to hide, tell him to come on here.
Yeah. I'll be like, hey, we'd love to talk to you about, how everything went, how everything went. Because I noticed, because here's the deal with our deal. This is what I found very interesting. With our deal, we didn't even really want to buy because a lot of the good units were like, we're taking, like, we're not trying to buy a penthouse, we're just like, they were all like the good units with the views were all taken.
I agree. Same time with me.
Yeah. So it was like, all right. So we're like, we were like, we don't know. And then he's like, wait a minute. Here, you could do this deal. There's this unit right here, and there's this other guy. I shouldn't be telling you this, but there's this other guy who bought a group of units, and he lost everything in the hurricane. So he's probably gonna that deal's gonna be unraveled, and then you guys will be first in line for that unit. And then comes to find out that unit, that was our tour. Our tour was suing him. You know what I mean? For not paying. It wasn't, he didn't lose anything in the hurricane. There was no hurricane. Like, you know what I mean? It was, they always use like current events. Like, it's like the hurricane, the COVID, the boat. It's like, it's like current events.
Well, dude, the boat thing, just to go back.
They milked the shit out of that boat thing.
Dude, I thought, when I saw that newsletter go out, that like, you guys are like celebrating removing a boat and like I was like, are we in fucking the Twilight Zone? I was like, remove the fucking boat and start going.
Right.
You know what I mean? It was weeks and months on end about this boat. Like, just fucking remove it and get going. It was like they celebrated like they won the fucking Super Bowl of commercial building with the boat.
I know that, like, every angle of that boat, pictures were taken. It's like, oh, we gotta have all these pictures.
It was like good news. We removed the boat, and downtown Fort Myers just had a celebration, and it was so many people. And this restaurant has a special on sushi.
Yeah.
We're soon to go vertical. Good luck. Like,
yeah. That's this month, right? In this month's news, it's like in this other month news. Yeah, this other restaurant is opening up. It's like, dude, everything but like, okay, well, it's like, where's the fucking condo?
Their Instagram was insane. They stopped with the whole Instagram, I think, a couple years back. But this all added up to me. Like, if it walks like a duck and quacks like a duck, it's probably a duck. But like their Instagram, their Facebook posting, their Prima Luce newsletters, it was all about everything else but building. And we're close, but everything else in Fort Myers is wonderful. There's lots to do, and Christmas is coming, and Easter's coming, and we just had that. Like, it was all. That's when I was like, they think we're stupid. Like, when are you going to build something? When is something going vertical? You know what I mean? That all added to when I was like, the hair on the back of my head started standing up. Like, something's fucked up.
Yeah,
I got to get involved now.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, but there's never any mention of any of this, like boats. We need permitting. We need funding. Not when you signed. It was all. Oh no, that's all. We have funding. Michael Montez looked at me. He goes, "We have funding. We have funding." And I'm like, "All right." I'm like, "Is my money in jeopardy?" No. You get all your money back. It's an escrow. You get all your money back. You get all your money back. All your money back. You know what I mean? It's like, okay, well then why is it I'm only getting half my money back?
Well, here's this too. My original contract that was signed in April 2022 had timeline. This fucking thing beyond the fact that it should have already been done by the time me and you were even involved, since we're going to get shut down again in 10 minutes. But, obviously it started in 2017, but they had a strict timeline on my contract that they said they were going to go vertical by summer 2022 and then CO by early 2023. And then, which I find it hysterical that obviously that timeline was total fucking bullshit. But I find it hysterical that if you go back to Dave Elias's piece, one of his pieces, where it was right before he rebought back the property for $100. It was right around that time. Dave Elias asked him, when do you think you're going to go vertical? This was in like April or May or something like that. He goes, I think we're going to start going vertical in March.
Yeah. Sometime after. Well, you said
4 weeks.
We said sometime after March. I guess it's after March. Like what the fuck? Like March of what this year? Like it's like
March of 29.
Yeah, exactly. It's like that's exactly it. So you go vertical. It's like he is full of shit, and the fact that like the correspondence that I've seen that you've had with him, is clearly a liar. So it's like we need we need to go past. I think he's running interference. I think he's not. There are other people that he's protecting, and those are the people we need to go after, like his daughters. Those are the ones. That's where we go, because I'm sure that that's where we're gonna find. You know what I mean? He don't want us there. He don't want us there. And you have a judgment. So couldn't you be like, all right, Bob, you don't have any assets. Well, that's funny. Your personal condo you're living in is owned by Prima Luce, so we could, slap a judgment on that right there. And also,
I'm still on that path. I just was.
I do that. I mean, that's he just moved it back into Prima Luce's name. Why? I have no idea.
I just was corresponding with my lawyer yesterday on going to garnishment and discovery. I mean, we're going to go after everything that Prima Luce but MacFarlane owns.
Can you request to see the bank account of who paid the mortgage? Because
everything is can be done in discovery.
Because you that you don't even need him. You could just go to the bank account and be like, where did he get the money to pay this? Yeah. And then, you know what I mean? Like it doesn't, it won't be about him having to cooperate, because the bank's going to totally do it, because they're going to be like, sure, here. And then that's how you get them there. And So
I'm not dropping it. I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not dropping neither. You know what I mean? And the thing is, for me, even if it costs me another couple thousand, whatever, I'm so down the path now that I want, like I said, I have two things in my mind, and I think you echo it, and I'm sure there's other people that feel the same way. Like, I'm either going to get my money, which I think is probably not likely, or I want to see him face justice. And that corporation and anyone attached to it that did wrong, I want them to face justice. And I'll be happily satisfied in either direction.
Yeah. I mean, I think that, it's like, a lot of the lawyers, it's like, where do you look? Because I've spent the time on this. So I could tell them where to look, what I mean? Because I've gone, you know what I mean? Like, I'll show you.
I sent the property you found right to my lawyer. I was like, look at this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I look at it.
There it is.
There's shit there.
Yeah. I mean, he moved. Now what he has, though, he has another corporation owning. It's Prima Luce assets or something. Or Prima Luce Holding now owns Prima Luce, but it's like, all right, well, it doesn't matter, because you see.
I don't think that absolves at this point. I don't think it absolves. Bob from personal liability, because I'm almost at the stage where, because it's not just the judgments aren't just against Prima Luce. I think it's anything that Bob's attached to, as far as I understand it. And frankly, I think there's a judgment coming towards the Ayala firm.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because my lawyer wanted to put a judgment against them.
Oh, and okay, well, so they now they got to okay, because why? Because they didn't disclose things,
correspond to any notice of releasing funds, or at least showing the accounts or nothing or anything like that. So that's also in the works.
I was also thinking like, some of the real estate agents, like, errors and omissions. It's like that.
Yeah.
I mean, how the hell? I mean, we don't. I could cut this part out of the podcast if you know what I mean. If you think it'd be better to keep.
I don't frankly give a fuck, in my opinion,
Yeah.
about what we put in. I mean, if you want to go for it, I don't care. I think there is certainly space to go after. I mean, the one realtor I spoke to confirmed that there was shady shit going on. Like, I would be willing to bet Montez isn't above bar here.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
there's
well
no
he's
way.
had problems. He did like his businesses, like he had something with robocalls or some shit. Like he got in trouble for that, and he's been sued. So he's definitely not squeaky clean. Well,
I
clearly,
mean, like, frankly, if they did get paid, if they did get commissions, I know for a fact, because it was confirmed not by Montez, but another realtor that was involved. I forget his name. I can find his name. Our money wasn't supposed to be used for commission. So if they were paid commissions out of our monies, again, i.e. why he doesn't want to go Chapter 11, I'm sure, to show these transactions, we have every right to get that back. Like, they're going to owe us money. I don't know when the time frame on all this shit would happen, but if money was paid to realtors' commissions with our escrow, it was explicitly not be used for that. If it was used for rent, it was explicitly not be used for rent or any type of salary involved in Prima Luce. And if that was, like, we should have every right to go after that, no matter who's attached, whether it's a realtor who did one transaction or Montez who did 50. I don't know.
right. I think that also. I think that Bob started the construction because then that then allowed him to tap into the money that was in escrow. Like that was like, all right, well now, like all I got to do is get some tractors on there, get something started. Okay, boom. Now I'm able to tap into these funds to keep shit going a little bit longer.
Now, even if that's true, then show us what I want to know, and this will be subpoenaed at some point if this goes further enough, of what's all the money you collected, right, in escrow, and the other, what's 50% of that, and where did that money go? Show us a transaction, a receipt, an invoice of that amount of money, and where did it go? If you were paying somebody to do something, show us that transaction. Oh, this guy charged me $800,000 to walk around the exterior of the property. I mean, because obviously nothing got built. So show us this transaction, because you didn't pay Jaxie, right? There's a lien from Jaxie of $600,000. So our monies didn't go to Jaxie, apparently. So that wasn't used to go to Jaxie. And then what's left? The seawall? Show us a transaction for the seawall.
It was like, that stuff is actually, you can go into Lee County Clerk of Court and you can see the transactions. He did pay Jaxie some money, but I think it was like $800,000, I want to say, that was left over. And then I don't know, like, if Jaxie was part of the seawall, I'd have to go look over the documents. I know that Jaxie was suing him, and I think that's what was one of the catalysts that prompted Fuse to want to get the property back in their name, because they didn't want anybody putting a lien on the property. Which, how do you, if someone's in the middle of suing you, how do you move a property? That's like, you can just you can transfer a property to avoid, to hide an asset. Isn't that illegal?
It sounds like it should be. I don't think that's legal. I mean, if it is, then it's fucked up. There's no doubt. But because then, frankly, it doesn't matter who you sue, right? Just keep moving it around,
do the shell.
My point is, I don't think that it stains or absolves them from that interaction. Like, I don't think, like, let's say Bob was getting sued. Like, let's say I sued Bob and Prima Luce LLC, and then he created that Prima Luce Holdings and moved shit into that. Like, I don't think it absolves my judgment just because he moved it to a new LLC. I don't think it. I would be absolutely shocked if that was allowed, because every person in America would just do
move
that.
Shit around. Yeah. I think that what the game is played is that he keeps moving things around to make it more costly for the people trying to find it. So then they just give up, which it's like, I mean, it's honestly, if you look at that, there's that link that I gave you about the property, that if you just keep updating that, they got to update that. So it's like, all right, well, there it is. All right. Right. We're still going.
It's more layers. And I'm sure, again, his strategy of making it, extending the timelines and making it more difficult. And we know, like, it's a fact that some of the unit owners, right, don't want to spend more money and with the risk of not being able to get anything. So yeah, it works, right? It's more layers, more hoops, more time, more money for other people to go after him. And that's what he wanted. It's all the charade, the Mirage, the whole thing to try to
just kick it, get more time, right?
down the line.
More
You know what I
time,
mean?
more time, more time. Yeah. No, on that lot, I think that was a fine because that thing was buried in LLCs. That thing was buried, that lot. Yeah. So it's like, okay, well, what's up with this lot? And he didn't even pay the taxes. They were